They had a hearing yesterday. The Republicans had a hearing on his cognitive decline. I'm not letting this go. Okay, and I didn't check to see if Jake Tapper was reporting on this yesterday, but there was a hearing. It was basically the autopen hearing, which this is the biggest scandal, at least since I've been alive, in my version of American history. Since I've been alive, this is the biggest scandal that I've experienced. And I'm not letting this go, you guys. I'm just not. But they didn't show up. They didn't. We'll get to that. But Schumer was like, he's on the steps of wherever, and he's saying, this is not important. People don't care about this. So check this out.
Of the Republicans holding this hearing on President Biden's cognitive abilities tomorrow and talking about the 25th.
This is the kind of coarseness that America doesn't like. And they're just unrelenting in diversionary actions. This has nothing to do with cutting Medicaid costs, cutting Medicaid help, helping clean energy, keeping hungry kids fed.
Yeah, Duke can't even cook a hamburger. I'm not listening to him.
No, and you had a guy that was cognitively his decline, especially over the last year and a half, was Stevie Wonder saw it coming. I mean, that's how bad it was. And you guys didn't want to know, or you covered it up. Mm-hmm. Either way that happened.
Right.
And yes, all presidents have used the auto pen. Here's the thing, though. Not all presidents the last one that really struggled was the last year and a half of Reagan. There was obviously some serious issues. So, and that was an issue, but nothing to this extent. And if you're using the auto pen, everybody else knows what's going on. Mm-hmm. See, that's just it.
Well, we just want to know who was doing it. I want to know who was running the country.
I think they
knew. You think it was who? Like Valerie Jarrett?
I think there were several people behind closed doors who are super influential. It's the people that are always in administrations, and you're like, who are those people? Because they're not elected officials, and they're appointed, and they've got massive power, and they worked, I think, hand in hand in a lot of ways with donors. And I think on the other side of it, I think you had Hunter and
Jill,
the doctor, not a licensed medical professional.
Yeah.
They were trying to do their own thing. And so, I think you had two separate groups going on there, and one of them had the power. The other one wanted to hold on to it.
And then you had his real family doctor who was there not doing anything because he's so close to the family that he's not about to blow the whistle on these people and say, this guy has actual full-blown dementia, has no business running for president or being president. So there's nobody objective that's there saying this guy can't do this. He can't. When your wife doesn't love you enough to say, honey, you can't do this, or to say to other people, he can't do this, there's not going to be anybody else in that inner circle that's going to do it. So shame on her, man. Shame on Jill. First and foremost, for years we've been saying that it's elder abuse. She's awful. She's a despicable and disgusting human being for what she did to her husband. Honestly.
And she wanted this. Mark Halperin for 6 months said the biggest issue with him not stepping down before the debate is she enjoyed the stuff.
Oh,
she
totally.
liked to drive through the
so
area.
Did Hunter.
Yeah, of course.
But the whole family did. Yeah.
It's hard not to. Let's be honest, right? Like, it's hard not. That's an easy life where you can get sucked in.
I guess, but I'm sorry. I stand by this. I love my husband more. I would never do that to him because look at what his legacy now is, just being a complete idiot. I would never do that to my husband ever. It's just, it is so emasculating I can't imagine doing that.
When they went to Michigan and she's like, you answered all the questions.
It's just, she's a horrible, horrible human being. So people didn't show up. The Democrats, I think it speaks volumes that they were just like, nah, la, 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 we don't want to hear it, la. So they didn't show up, and Josh Hawley broke that down for us.
This really is true. A picture speaks louder than words. It's worth 1,000 words. And here all you have to do is look over at this side of the dais to see that the stone wall continues.
It's unreal.
I mean, from the party that lied to this nation for 4 years. Let's just take a look at some of the things that our colleagues said on the Democrat side when their own Justice Department was concluding that Joe Biden, who, let's not forget, illegally took classified documents and kept them in his garage, in his freezer. I mean, Lord knows where. He just certainly didn't know. Their own Justice Department interviewed the guy and concluded he could not form the requisite mental state to stand trial. He did not have the mental ability to stand trial. And what did our Democrat colleagues say? Vice President Harris says, oh, no, the way that the Hur report characterized the president is so wrong. The president's demeanor is totally fine. Senator Smith, what the Hur said about the president not remembering his son's death, so unfair. Senator Kaine said this is grandstanding. Senator Fetterman said it's just cheap shots. You had other senators saying, Senator Ossoff in February of 2024, saying, and I quote, I found the president to be sharp, focused, impressive, formidable, and effective. In June 2024, Congressman Jeffries insists Biden was, and I'm quoting again, incredibly strong, forceful, and decisive.
I can't.
Where are they now?
Yeah. They don't want to be held accountable for the fact that they lied. And that's precisely what they did. But because their answer to everything is, but Trump. Trump. Also, if you're like me, your dogs are not just pets. They're like part of your family. We're getting one this weekend. You guys, we're getting Bear. I'm going to start feeding him rough greens. I'm going to do that. And they have treats. I give them the treats. Listen, the truth is that most dog food doesn't have the nutrients in it that you need, and they can get health issues and skin issues, all sorts of stuff. And that's why naturopathic doctor Dennis Black created Rough Greens. It is the #1 all natural dog supplement in America. You just sprinkle a little bit on there. And again, I love the treats too, because you can give them to puppies. Bear's 5, but like we love the treats. It's like candy in our house. Non-negotiable. The Rough Green stuff is non-negotiable in our house. Coda and Theo both love it. They love the chews. Coda's been eating those things since he was a tiny little meatball, and now he's 180 pounds. So the Rough Greens has made an enormous difference in Theo's skin and his coat. After we adopted him, he was a hot mess. He is not now, and I attribute a lot of that to Rough Greens. So you guys can, change your dog's health without having to change their food. Just add a scoop of this to their food. Go to roughchicks.com. Use promo code CHICKS. Get a Jumpstart bag. It's a $20 value. Just cover shipping. That's roughchicks.com. Promo code CHICKS. Dick Durbin was there, and this is what he had to say. Oh my God.
Conference with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer and said the following. You all know the great PM of the UK.
He's talking about Trump.
And we just signed a document. President Trump continued. We just signed it, so we have our trade agreement with the EU. Britain has not been a party to the EU for 5 years.
Oh my God.
But President Trump made a statement which clearly was wrong. Now I'd like you to see a short video that includes some other examples of cognitive ability.
This guy. So he showed this giant, he basically showed a video that was just, it was just stupid. It was Trump being Trump. And so basically Trump said EU instead of UK one time, and that means that he has dementia. That's what Dick Durbin is trying to say. This guy.
It is hard when he goes out there for hours and holds press conferences, and holds another press conference, holds a press conference on an airplane. When he does these things, you're going to make mistakes. You know what? He's older. Is he as sharp as he used to be? No. Who is, right? The older you get.
Right.
But that being said, if we're going to compare the two, for the love of God, I mean, come on. Are we really doing this, Dick?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, are you really trying to
He's
compare
doing
that?
it. He's totally doing it. He had, I think, do we have the edited video? I think we do, Valen. I believe that we do.
Obviously. I have concepts of a plan. They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating.
That was hysterical.
What I know about magnets is this. Give me a glass of water. Let me drop it on the magnets. That's the end of the magnet. The kidney has a very special place in the heart. Right, and then I see the disinfectant.
This is what he showed.
It knocks it out in a minute.
That's what he showed. That's what Dick Durbin showed.
Oh,
that.
I got it right there. You know,
That's it. He's got dementia, you guys. Trump. This is what they do. So nobody shows up. Dick Durbin is like their little representative, and he
drops the mic with that.
And that's it. That he thinks it's a mic. Yeah, he does. He thinks it's a mic drop moment. Pathetic.